Good morning, Holly, and anybody else watching this video. Here is a step-by-step on how I set up my morning feeds and get started with my day. So, not everybody does it this way. Everybody has their own routine and their own ways of doing things, of course, right? So, this is just my routine and how I do things. So I always take my 3 cartons that I'll be using all day out of the cupboard at once. I put 2 aside because we only start with 1. Unless I'm using a big bag, then we can do them all at the same time. What I do from here, regardless of what bag I'm using and how many formulas I'm using all at once, is I pour 1 carton of formula into my blender cup. I take 250 milliliters of water and add that in. And then take 1 scoop of Leanfit plant-based protein powder. And the reason for adding the protein powder is my dietitian said with only 3 cartons a day, I'm not getting enough protein. Each carton has 8 grams of protein. So now we add on the blender lid. And we blend that up for a minute. I'll be back. While that's blending, I'm going to check my sugars manually just to be sure that my Dexcom's reading right. Thing is loud. Now, I know you're a nurse, and anybody else who's in the medical field or also diabetic or anything like that, y'all are going to come at me because I'm not using an alcohol swab on my fingers before I'm doing my test. I never do because alcohol swabs tend to make me very itchy, but my hands are clean. I washed them just before I started the video to do my feed setup. I always freak myself out, psych myself out. It doesn't hurt, but I psych myself out. That one stung a little bit, but it doesn't actually hurt. Just, I don't know. I always psych myself out. I do it with my Dexcom too. I'm at 5.6. What's this reading? 5.5. Perfect. So we're right on. That's really good. I'm still using the U100 insulin. So that is really, really good to see that my sugars are staying stable. Gotta go get the formula. Alright, so this bag was in the fridge overnight because, like I said in previous videos, I have to reuse my bags as long as I possibly can. Because in Ontario we only get $500 if you're on assistance quarterly to get all your supplies. If you are not on any sort of assistance, you get $300, it's either $325 or $375 quarterly to buy all the same supplies. We are one of the only provinces to have such limited assistance in enteral feeding. I think I'm saying that right. And in my opinion, it's pathetic. Because it's not like I'm choosing to not be able to eat, right? It's not like I'm choosing to have a feeding tube. I mean, I guess technically I am because there is technically nothing stopping me at this moment from saying, hey, go ahead and just pull the feeding tube. But why would I set myself up for future issues by doing that? Anyways, rambling. This headset is driving me crazy. There we go. I do blow into the bag to open it up because how this bag is otherwise. I'll fold it back down again. As you can see, the back of the bag is now like right against the opening, which means if you try to fill it like this, it's just going to spill out. So that's why I blow into it, and I'm assuming why many others blow into it to open up the bag to pour in the formula. We're going to end up having to probably do a two-parter because unfortunately this does take time. And there's a lot more that I want to go through. So that's that. Okay. And then I try to get as much air out of the bag as I can. One of the nice things about the infinity pump is if you get as much air out of the bag as you can, then you can literally just toss it into a bag and go on your merry way. Unlike a lot of the other pumps where it has to be hanging, it has to be so high above the pump, the infinity isn't like that. So one hack that people say to do is turn the bag upside down. I've never had good experience doing this, but I'm going to try it again anyways. Turn the bag upside down, and you can do a manual prime with these bags by squeezing right here. There's a little tiny valve inside this part that is basically flow control. So we're going to go ahead and squeeze that and see if we can't get the air out. See, that doesn't really work well for me. Like, some people do this and they are able to get it to actually pull the formula up. If I go this way, it's just not really wanting to prime at all today, manually. So, we're going to have to do this via the pump. So, to hook it up to the pump, okay, so flip this around. This rubber piece goes over the black wheel, and then you just kind of pull the cartridge and it clips into place. And we just close the lid and we power it on. Right now it's set to 600 milliliters an hour because that's what I run it at to clean out the line at night. We gotta lower that down to 80. I run between 80 and 90 depending on how I'm feeling. So we gotta lower that down to 80 and then we're gonna prime it. And the reason I always lower it before priming it is because there's been once or twice where I have forgotten after priming it, and I also ended up with severe cramping because I am now pushing a lot of liquid very quickly into my intestines. Okay, so it's set to 80. Okay, now we're going to press prime until it beeps. And now it will prime the line on its own. And this will prime out any air or any water that's left in the line from last night. And it should pump through the formula. As you can see that coming through now. So that's why I just have the cup here with the line in it. I just let it prime into there. Trying to get all the air out because I do gotta go out if I can't get my appointment rescheduled. I did try to email them to let them know that I haven't been feeling great and Joe's got COVID and so I need to reschedule, but I haven't heard back yet. Obviously, it's only 8 o'clock in the morning, they don't open until 9, but looks like we're about to run out of time. Hitting prime again. We're trying to get this air out. So I will see you in part 2.